So he pulls up this completely viral video with probably 1 million views and shows us. I said, oh my gosh, my dad's going to find out.
Oh my God.
Apparently his friend sent him that video while he was out of state. He looked at it. He was so upset with us.
What was in the video?
Oh, it was us flying.
Flying.
Multiple times going through the inlet. Probably 3 or 4 times.
What inlet?
Boca Inlet.
Oh, God.
You're lucky it wasn't too windy. Wind could have caught the
It was
bimini
really
and
windy.
flew you upside
I
down.
know.
You know.
That almost happened once. They got that on video too.
Ahoy! This is your captain speaking, Greg Michael of Pinnacle Marine Group Marine Surveyors, and welcome aboard the Nauti Buoys Boat Show. I'm joined by Captain Happy, Glenn Shadbolt, Marine Mechanic and Shipwright. And aboard this vessel, we talk everything about boats. The build, the mechanics, the good, the bad, and the ugly. We go where the seas take us. The topics will be endless. Electronics, marinas, restaurants, vacations, cruising and fishing. Our show includes live callers with real questions. Let's fare these waters together. Call 772-773-2600 every Tuesday between 5 and 5:30 p.m. Eastern. If you're a guest or a caller, you certainly are naughty. Ahoy, and welcome to the Nauti Buoys Boat Show. I'm your host, Captain Greg Michael, Marine Surveyor, and sitting next to me is our beloved Captain Happy, Glenn Shadbolt, Marine Mechanic and Shipwright. And if you're a guest or a caller, you certainly are naughty. Some quick introductions. Glenn, say hi.
Hi.
You did. It's amazing. So we have a super special guest today, Sofia Jewelewicz. She's from Blue Top Legend to talk about boat brokerage and how she navigated into this business. So say hi, please.
I'm excited to be here.
Awesome. We're excited to have you. So everybody knows before we get this show started, I like to tell a joke. Why'd I look at Glenn?
I have no idea.
Because you hate my jokes.
I don't hate your jokes. It's no skin off of me.
I'll laugh at it. It's okay.
You'll laugh no matter
I'll
what.
laugh, yeah.
He won't laugh.
I'll laugh for both of us.
I laughed at one.
You did laugh at one.
Yes.
I think 20 shows you laughed at one. So, all right, 1 out of 20. We're not doing too bad. Let me get into the joke. So, all right. So, Joe Biden steps outside the White House and sees a kid on the sidewalk with a basket full of puppies and a sign that says, Democrat puppies, $1 each. That night, he decides to buy one. He goes out the next morning, and the kid is there. But now the sign reads, Republican puppies, $10 each. Biden says, yesterday, they were $1, and today, they're Republicans, and they're $10. Why? What's the deal? The kid replies, well, now their eyes are open. She did laugh.
Yes, she did.
All right. Okay. So we did good there. Okay. All right. In just a minute, we're going to talk to Sofia about selling boats. Then we'll have a call-in question and answer segment. And just to let you know, the call-in number is 772-773-2600. You can call in. You can ask Sofia questions, ask me questions about surveying, and ask Glenn, Captain Happy, about any kind of mechanical boat questions. Okay. All right. So let's get started. Sofia, let's start from the beginning. Where are you from originally?
Born and raised in Boca Raton.
Boca Raton, Florida.
Paradise.
All right. So there goes a beer. You heard the beer. You just prepping, Glenn?
I'm prepping.
Okay. He's getting ready. All right. So you're born and raised in Boca Raton, Florida. And tell us how you got interested in boats.
It was super out of the blue. It honestly happened completely out of nowhere. Mm-hmm. We used to be competitive equestrians. I think I told you that before. Mm-hmm. And I was just becoming super toxic because we were working in exchange for being able to ride and show and everything. You know, sometimes 15, 16-hour days. It was becoming absolutely draining. Yeah. So getting out of that, I went up to my dad completely out of nowhere and I said, you know, what if we got a boat? Ah. And he said okay, because he always says okay. I don't think he's ever told me no.
Aww.
So we got some beat up 13-foot whaler and that's when the legend was born.
Nice. So you showed horses.
We did.
Very, very tough thing to do. I mean,
It's a mentally draining sport.
Yeah, it really is. And to take care of the horses are just incredibly insane. I mean, it's just,
We took care of 40 plus horses daily. It was insane.
That's a lot of horse shit.
It is, yeah. We cleaned it all. So.
I had a 70-pound dog. I couldn't even think about 40
those
horses.
horses lived in luxury.
All right. So you did every job basically with the horses,
and we
right?
loved it.
Oh,
we
did?
absolutely loved it. That's where we got our care for animals, our work ethic, everything came from that.
So you're such a petite little girl. I don't say little girl, but you're a petite woman. How many hands was this horse that you had?
It ranged. We trained ponies and horses. So we rode anything from pretty much 12 hands to 18.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Big variety.
You don't want to fall off those 18 hands. Yeah. No, that's a big horse.
Yeah.
Okay. And how'd you do? How was your career?
I absolutely loved it, honestly. Being able to work with these ponies and bring them from basically not being ridden ever to having their first show and winning, it's such a huge accomplishment.
Right.
It's truly incredible.
Nice. That's good. Okay, so so you got interested in boats, and tell me about the first boat your dad got you.
He got us a completely rugged and beat down Boston Whaler. We had to do, when I tell you we redid everything on that boat, we redid everything.
Fiberglass.
Bow to stern. Well, fiberglass before and numerous times during and after.
Because you're learning, right?
Yeah. So we have done fiberglass so much, and let me tell you, that stuff burns when you get it on your skin.
Oh, yeah.
But we redid everything. The only thing that pretty much worked on that boat was the engine. Luckily, it was a Yamaha, so I'm super biased towards them. I absolutely love Yamaha.
Yep.
We have one on our boat right now.
Okay.
So we took that boat out, first time, having never been out, and the one thing our dad told us was to not go in the ocean. And being the teenagers that we were, I honestly don't know how old we were, maybe 16. I think we were 16. Of course, we had to disobey him for fun,
Of course.
And he was away at the time, so we thought nothing of it. How he's never going to find out, ever.
Never.
Yeah, nobody's going to tell him.
Right.
So we went, and we were kind of debating, should we listen to him, should we not? And we ultimately decided not to, for the heck of it.
Okay.
So we full sent it out that inlet, not looking at the waves or the tides or the winds or anything prior, because I knew nothing about boating. I didn't even know what a wave was.
Right.
So we went out. It was a pretty rough day.
Yeah.
And didn't think anything of it. We caught some air, had some fun, chased the adrenaline, and came back just like a normal kid would going on the boat.
Caught some air, meaning you
We
flew.
Fully flew, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, they got a picture of a video of it. We didn't know that. So we went home, and then the next weekend, some guy at a marina approached us. He said, "Oh my gosh, you guys are that boat?" I said, "Excuse me?
Yeah.
What on earth are you talking about?"
Yeah.
He said, "You're the Blue Top Legend." I said, "What?" He goes, "Did you not see the video?" I said, "I have no idea what you're talking about." So he pulls up this completely viral video with probably 1 million views and shows us. I said, "Oh my gosh, my dad's going to find out."
Oh my God.
Apparently his friend sent him that video while he was out of state. He looked at it. He was so upset with us.
What was in the video?
Oh, it was us flying.
Flying.
Multiple times going through the inlet. Probably 3 or 4 times.
What inlet?
Boca Inlet.
Oh, God.
You're lucky it wasn't too windy. Wind could have caught the
It was
bimini
really
and
windy.
flew you upside
I
down.
know. That almost happened once. They got that on video too.
And what was the company that took the video?
Wavy Boats. They
Wavy.
video pretty much every inlet, every crazy inlet.
Yeah. Wow. You are really lucky.
I
very
know.
lucky.
We think about it on the daily, especially the one time where we actually almost flipped. My sister and I, after that time, we said, listen, we need to take it back. It lasted about a week, and then we went back to our normal adrenaline ways.
Wow. Well, you're lucky, but I think we've all done it, right? So when I was your age and even younger, I had boats, and we all did the same thing. So, I would boat the Long Island Sound and go out in a boat, no life jackets, no flares, no radio,
Right.
no nothing. One guy with a bucket and one guy driving, and we're like, if we sink, we sink. We'll swim.
Exactly.
So yeah.
And I was in
no
a whaler.
fear.
You can't sing.
Right. Right. Unsinkable. No
Yeah.
fear. Okay. So that's how you got the name of your company, Blue Top Legend. Mm-hmm. So this guy takes a video And he coins the phrase "blue top legend" because why?
We had a blue bimini top on our boat.
You had a blue bimini top.
Yeah.
So he calls you blue top legend. That's pretty smart on his part.
I love that name.
I think it's awesome. Yeah, I think it's awesome. And Glenn, you had a whaler you restored, didn't you?
Well, was from the 60s. I had a 17, but had to split it, put new foam in it. It was pretty soft.
Really?
Yeah, it was junk.
Yeah, that's
But it
that's
worked.
the
It
problem with
worked.
the older whalers. They get soft, right? So, but how extensive did you do yours?
Not much. I got it so it, didn't hold water, and I put a 6760 V4 pull start Johnson on it, which would break your wrist.
Oh my God! Yeah, that's old time stuff. No key, no nothing, just pull start.
Just pull start.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
Those old, remember the old
I didn't know that was a
33s?
thing.
The 33s would break your wrist.
Did you hear what she said? She goes, "I didn't know that was a thing."
I had no idea.
Yeah, 60 horsepower pull start V4, big monster thing.
She's
Oh my
like, "I didn't know that was a thing."
Back then, those motors, the original thing was, I think it was 2 quarts of motor oil. 2 quarts of motor oil to 6 gallons of gas. I actually forget.
Wow. Yeah, you had a mixture oil.
There was no outboard oil. You mixed, I think it was 30 weight, 2 quarts of engine oil to 6 gallons. And to keep shaking the tank all the time because it would separate.
Oh my God.
This is why I love my Yamaha.
Yeah, and this is why you love modern day boating.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Back in Glenn's day, there was it was still horse and buggies and
Red lead. And
yeah, it was. There was no airplanes. It was totally different life when
That's
Glenn
crazy.
was. Yeah. So, okay. You go in. You okay? Now you're interested in boats. You go from horses to boats, which, by the way, is not any cheaper.
It's really not. You're right.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're going from kind of the frying pan to the stove.
Yeah.
It's probably the same thing. And maintenance wise, it's probably the same thing, right? So,
vet bills, food.
Well, right now it's not because we have our sponsorships and everything.
Right.
So we have a great team that takes care of our boat.
okay, so talk about your sponsorships. What is that?
We have a couple.
Do you have a new boat or is it still the same?
We upgraded now. We have a 16 whaler because the old one is rest in peace.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, she's no longer usable. Let's just say that.
Right. Okay.
So we upgraded to a 16 now, 2001 16 Dauntless.
Right.
Literally the best boat that you could have. Out of all the Boston Whaler models, this is my dream boat.
You like
I
the
wouldn't trade it for
Dauntless.
the world. And I've sold and ridden on numerous whalers.
Yeah.
Sea trialed them, surveyed them. Still choose the Dauntless every
Right.
time.
Right.
So we have Wavy Boats that sponsors us. International Marine takes care of all of our mechanic stuff. And then we just have a couple fishing tee brands, clothing, apparel, our
Cool.
flag poles. That boat
Nice.
is outfitted.
Right. Nice. Okay. So now you're in this new boat. You have some sponsors, which, again, at your age, I hate to keep bringing up age, but you are the epitome of the entrepreneurial spirit.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean, at your age to do what you're doing is just incredible.
I love what I do.
Yeah, we just applaud you. So, what is when did you get into start selling boats?
Since pretty much before I turned 18, the minute Blue Top started, I was approached by a brokerage, and they didn't really give me a choice. They said, "Listen, we signed your papers. You're selling boats with us. We
You're not
just need
even
one
18."
signature." I was, I think, 16 at the time, and I signed the papers not knowing I was getting into,
Right.
and I sent it back to them. I didn't think anything of it.
Right.
I didn't know if they were serious or not. I just figured, you know what? Why not? What's going to
Right.
hold me back? So I did it, and the minute I turned 18, I got a phone call, and they said, "Okay, so you're 18. We need to get your license moving." It took so long to get that thing. I remember Fort Lauderdale Boat Show was when I got the email. They said that my license was approved. I was so excited.
So, for the listeners in Florida, it's a little different than New York or the Northeast or something. How do you get a boat broker's license?
There's no exam or anything. You pay a $500 fee to the state, and then they pretty much just review you, I guess, make sure you're a real person, and then you can get it. So you can get it having no experience with boats and learn your way.
Do you need to work for a company first and get like...
You do. You have to be under a brokerage for 2 years.
2 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm still in my first year, so I'm still under a broker.
Okay.
And then after those 2 years, you can start your own company.
Okay. But you have your own company.
Well, I'm branding under my own company, but I still work and do deals through my broker.
So who's your broker?
My broker's Cloud Yachts, but I'm his only actual human broker.
Okay.
So he allows me to brand under myself. He brands under myself. We just use his name because he is a licensed employing broker.
So you have to get your 2 years in. In order to do that, you have to go to a brokerage house. So you got Cloud Yachts, and at the same time, you're kind of using Blue Top Legend too as a brokerage.
Yeah, Blue Top Yachting.
Blue Top Yachting. Good. Okay. And you sell boats on the Cloud Yachts too, or no?
Well, I sell boats under Cloud Yachts. I just
Right.
brand under Blue Top.
Gotcha. Okay, good.
You need a
branding.
license for the paperwork to go through.
Yeah. Like for our attorney that handles our closings, it all has to go through Cloud and our escrow and everything.
Right, got you. So I guess the question is, how old were you when you How old were you when you sold your first boat?
This year in January was when I got started.
Okay. So, and I can't ask your age, so
You can't? Why not?
I don't know. Is that not a thing, or
I don't know. Is that a thing?
Well, Trump's in, so I guess it's not a thing anymore,
There's no
right?
rules. Come
Okay,
on.
I can ask. I can ask your sex. I can ask your
Yeah.
age. I can ask all these things now. Okay, so how old are you?
19.
You're 19 years old. You own your own brokerage and you work for somebody else doing brokerage, and you probably sold your first boat before you were 19.
I think, yeah, I did.
Wow. See, this is what I'm talking about, Glenn. She's not lazy like we were.
I mean, lazy. I started working in a boat yard when I was 14.
Yeah, we don't want to hear that story.
Well, I have awesome parents, so.
Yeah.
I'm sure yours are great too, but mine are definitely better.
Mine are definitely better. She got you there.
I'm just
Glenn.
being honest.
She
Well, if I met my father, then, I could argue the point. But since, I'm the rat
Okay,
bastard
so
of the world.
I'm right then.
you are right. He doesn't know his
Okay,
father.
yeah.
He's so. But Glenn did, just a background on Glenn. Glenn did start working in the Marines. What, 12 years old?
No, 14.
14 years old, and he's 80 something now. So it's a long time,
Ha,
right?
ha, ha.
Okay. So let's talk about your first job, right? Let's go way back. Let's talk about your entrepreneurial spirit and your first job. What did you do as your first job before the horses and everything? Did you work?
Before the horses, we were in horses since we were, 11, and we worked
Wow.
full time, so we were homeschooled, so there was no job before.
You were homeschooled.
Yeah, we were homeschooled, so we worked those 12, 15-hour days
Wow.
every day.
So you basically worked and then did school at night kind of thing.
Yeah, we came home, and then we did school at night.
That's incredible.
I mean, we were virtual, and we were very on top of school. You can't do it if you're not super on top of it. So
Right.
we kept each other motivated, and we got it done.
Well, you're absolutely brilliant. So whatever you did as far as schooling, it worked.
Thank you.
And a lot of this was during the COVID time too, right?
It was a little bit. I think COVID started when we were ending riding and going into boating.
Okay. Yeah. Well, everybody went into boating when COVID started, right?
Yeah,
So
that's
that's
true.
pretty natural. It's a natural kind of way to go. All right. So are you currently still in school?
I'm at FAU online, yeah.
Oh, really? Okay. What are you studying?
Marketing.
Of course.
Yeah, of course.
All right, so let's get crazy. Tell me the ups and downs of the boating world. Like what brokerage. Like you got to have some good clients, bad clients. You got to have pain in the necks. I'm a marine surveyor for 28 years. There are some clients that I look back and go,
You're
oh my
not
God.
wrong. It's hard. I've been pretty blessed with my clients.
Mm-hmm.
I can't say I had one that I really would never work with again.
Nobody you choke.
Nobody that I would choke out 100%.
Okay.
I love everybody that I've worked with. The
Right.
people that I'm working with right now for my deals, excellent clients. The hardest part about it would be letting your clients down, you know, promising them that you can sell their boat and then it's just not moving. You know, you're not getting much interest. We've dropped the price. It's really hard to tell them that because sometimes, you know, they've spent a lot of money on that boat or they've put a lot of upgrades in. But even if you completely redo your 1980 boat, new engine, new everything,
Still rotten.
people are going to see 1980 and they're not going to want anything. So you have to sell it at that 1980 price, and people don't really know how to grasp that topic.
Like I have to survey it at a 1980 boat, right?
I get it. You have a new engine, new electronics, but the hull is where the issue is.
Right. And everything else that goes through that hull, right? So,
Yeah.
you know, I get it. I have to survey boats the same way. So I'm really impressed that you said you don't want to let your clients down.
It's the hardest part of the industry.
Really?
I love them. I have a soul connection with them.
So you care.
I really do. I absolutely love every single human that I work with.
You know, it's easy for me to say this, getting to know you a couple of times and talking to you a few times, but already I know you seem like a very spiritual, good, caring, really good person.
Thank you. I try.
You try. You do. Yeah, I mean, your parents are very lucky to have you. You have siblings?
I do.
Okay. Brothers, sisters?
I have a twin sister and then older brother and older sister.
Okay. And they're just like you?
Not really. Nobody else is into boats. So.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. They're into their own things. So, and this spirituality, I caught a rumor you just got baptized.
I did get baptized.
You did?
Yeah.
How did that go?
I absolutely loved it. I have been wanting to for so long. And I wasn't raised Catholic or Christian at all. But my ex-trainer, I think my first ever horseback riding trainer, used to take me for fun with her kids. And I would go. And then we left her after, I don't know, we were 12 or something.
Right.
I didn't go to church ever.
Yeah.
After that.
Yeah.
But it was always on my mind. So I kind of adopted the Christian background backwards. I liked the morals that they had and less so, you know, I didn't really think about the Bible or how to live your life based on God. And then I don't really know. I went to church a couple times and I realized, wow, I have the morals. I just never opened the Bible. So I bought a Bible. I think I have 5 now.
Oh, wow.
And my Bible is completely noted up. So
Yeah.
I read that thing on the daily and it's literally a book of life lessons.
Yes,
it
it
helps
is.
you just be grounded and love. You
Yeah.
know, that's why I say I love my clients, even if they're kind of difficult to work with. Just give love and you'll get it back.
Right. So I kind of went through the same thing when I was your age, maybe a little younger. I bought a Bible and it's you got to see mine. It's highlighted and
Yes.
torn and it's as wretched as you can. But it's people don't realize. I mean that is the book that tells you how to live, right?
It is a book of life lessons. I tell my mom that, and even though she's not Christian, she still makes an effort to really care.
Good. And you did it backwards. So God found you. You didn't find God.
I didn't. Yeah, that's a really good way to put it.
That's good. Hey, sometimes it has to happen that way.
And I needed it.
Yeah,
You know,
did.
I think it really transformed me into the person that I am today.
Why were you going down the wrong path?
Not the one that I wanted to.
Okay.
You know, I have one goal to be a mom. That's my biggest goal in the world. And I want to raise my kids under such a godly umbrella.
Yeah.
You know?
Good. That's good. So hard worker, good morals, Christian, very beautiful young
Thank
lady.
you.
What's wrong with you?
I have no idea. I think my standards are too high. I have my dad to look up to and my mom, I give myself everything that I could ever want.
Okay.
I don't really need anyone else.
Well, yeah, listen, your parents are doing something amazing.
I
because
love them.
If you're sitting here talking like that, and because teenagers don't like their parents, right?
Well, I went through that phase too. I was
you
a
did.
nasty child.
You were.
Before I adopted Christianity.
Yeah, I can't imagine that. You're so nice and so pleasant.
No,
so.
I was not. Trust me.
Okay. I don't think we're going to get into that because
I know, yeah.
your parents will probably listen to the show and they'll go, "Oh, we didn't know that.
Yeah.
What do you mean you stole the car? What do you mean?"
No, I never went out or snuck out or anything. We never partied, but we were just not I think we came home from the barn and we were just exhausted and we were so mean, you know?
Mean,
The
right.
words that came out just wasn't what I meant to say.
Okay.
So-
Well, all right. Well, if that's the worst thing, that's
Yeah.
okay. Yeah. I'm sure they forgive you. But they're doing a great job because look at you
I
now.
owe everything to them.
Yes. Good. God bless. That's a great thing to say. And what is the biggest boat you ever sold?
I think still a Hunter Passage, a 45-foot Hunter Passage.
Nice
Just
boat.
someone that found us through Blue Top.
All right.
They messaged my sister on Blue Top Legend, our Instagram account, gave us a couple boats they were looking for, a Katie Krogan and a Hunter, I think
Yeah.
it was.
Okay.
We got so many boats that we looked at. I think he looked at over 10 boats. We had one under contract completely. When you say boats don't fail a survey, that one failed the survey.
Really?
It was awful.
Really?
I don't think it would have floated next year. So we moved past that one. And then I think I spent a year working with him ever since I got started in brokerage. And we just closed on a boat maybe 2 months ago. And he is on that thing daily sailing with his family.
Oh,
So
awesome.
it's so amazing to see that. You know, seeing someone that you worked with for so long finally be able to enjoy a boat like you do. It's amazing.
So your clients, they keep in touch. They tell you how
Oh
they're
my
doing.
gosh.
They
I
tell
text
you
them
this.
for fun. Are you kidding
You
me?
do?
Yes. That
Yeah.
one especially. He is probably the client I'm closest with. And now he's working with my sister because she's a dietitian and
Right.
personal trainer and everything. So he's working with her and I still keep in touch with him for boating advice.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's funny. I still have clients that I've surveyed boats for in the 90s.
Yeah.
And their kids are calling me to survey boats.
Wow.
So, and it's like, Glenn, you must have customers for the last 40 years that still call you for advice. And
Yeah.
and Glenn, well, I know Glenn's clients. Half of them are mine. So we share a lot of clients. And he'll pick up the phone and go, oh, you'll never believe who's on the phone today. And we can go back 30 years to people and go, wow. And they still respect us enough
Right.
to call us. So what does that mean? That means I'm going to give you a bit of advice. Something Glenn and I have always done. So when you start your business and you're doing what you're doing, here's the best advice I can give you. Always be honest.
Always.
That's it.
That's my morals. I can't not be honest.
That's it. Because if you're honest, they're going to look at you and go, well, you know what? She might have screwed that up, but she was honest.
Honesty builds trust.
That's right. And they'll recommend you based on, you know what?
Yeah.
She was honest. So I've done things on boats. I've cracked parts on boats just surveying. And I'd write it down and tell the owner and say, listen, I broke this. He's like, you didn't have to say that. You could have said it was broken already. I'm like, that's not who I am.
Yeah.
So I'll pay for it. Might have worked for free that day, but I paid for it. And I feel good about myself.
Yeah.
So always be honest. And okay, what about travel? How far will you go to sell a boat?
Pretty much from the Keys to Fort Pierce.
Yeah,
Anywhere
huh?
within a 2-hour-ish radius from Boca, I'll go.
All right. So when you get a little older, then you'll do like the California trips.
I will
and
still sell out of state. I mean,
Right.
I've done it before. That Hunter was completely on the other side of the coast.
Right.
So I'll still sell out of state.
Okay.
And I just won't be there to take the pictures. I'll hire someone out to do that. But
Right.
then you still get marketing through Blue Top, so it's still a huge advantage.
Okay. And you take your own pictures, drone, everything.
I prefer to do it that way. You know, I like things done a very certain way.
Right.
That way I can keep marketing it. I have my own little way. So we do a marketing blast several times if a listing's really not moving, and that it moves. It makes it move. So
So I'm sensing you have a little OCD.
I need to have things done my way because I like my pictures. I like the way that I
Right.
put them together.
Right.
You know, the order that I put them to show up on the listing. It matters. I really think it does.
Yeah. You better be the boss. You know that.
Oh, I am the boss.
That's, I am the boss.
Yeah, my broker knows not to boss me around.
Good. Okay. So just tell me how people can get in touch with you. So give me the websites, give me the phone numbers, give me everything.
Well, our website is bluetoplegend.com and bluetopyachting.com, but it leads you to the same site. And then all my info is actually on there. You can also look me up on LinkedIn or message us on Instagram, which is how a lot of my clients find me, whether they're buying or selling. Most of my clients will message us through Instagram on either Blue Top Yachting or Blue Top Legend.
All right. And your sister's doing that back work, right?
She does the Instagram for me. Yeah, I do the Blue Top Yachting Instagram. She does the Blue Top Legend Instagram. She's just way better at it than I
All
am.
right. Well, kudos to
Yeah,
her.
she's
Awesome.
truly awesome about that.
And what's her name?
Ariana.
All right. Shout out, right?
Shout out to her. Yeah,
All
she's
right.
great.
Good job. Great. So, okay. We're going to take some callers now, and we're going to get into this. Again, I just want to say, like, it's so refreshing to see somebody come in and do what you're doing.
Thank you.
Just at your age, and you're starting off really, really well. Sometimes it takes people 20 years to find their place.
It took me 19 years.
Well,
So.
but I'm saying after 19, it takes them 20 years to find their place. So
Not with parents like mine.
you got a head start. You got good parents.
I have good support all year round.
That's good. Before we take the callers, though, Trump won.
Hallelujah.
All right. So you're excited.
Oh, absolutely. He's
You're-
going to fix our world.
He's going to fix our world. So you're a Trump girl.
Yeah, I need him to bring the economy back so I can move more boats.
Right. Did you find a lull in boat sales under Biden?
So insanely, yes.
Yeah, us too.
And
Yeah.
it was my first year in the industry, and everyone was telling me this is their slowest year, so it made me feel a lot better.
Right. Yeah, I got to tell you, 28 years of surveying, this last year and a half has been probably the slowest.
Been super slow, yeah.
Yeah, and it's terrible. It's just when a president or an administration can control the economy to that level where you can't work. I mean, to me, it's criminal.
Also, nobody wants to pay at 9% interest rate.
Right.
It's
Right.
literally criminal. It's insane.
Right. And yeah, because that guy who could afforded that $100,000 boat, well, at 9%, he can't afford it anymore.
Not only that, you don't want to be giving up that much of your money in interest.
Right.
It's insane. You're paying triple the boat at that point.
Right. At 2%, I'll buy the boat. At 9%, I can't afford that
Yeah.
boat. So, no, I get it. And, Glenn, you remember the days when interest rates were 10, 12, 13, 14%.
Really?
Yeah.
That's a thing?
We had, yeah. that was
Houses
the
with
thing.
10%.
Yeah, houses with 10%. But
Whoa.
but I got a call, so let's take this call and then we'll talk more about it. Hi, welcome to Nauti Buoys. Who am I speaking with, and who's your question for?
Hi, my name is Mitch. I'm from Long Island, your old stomping grounds.
Yeah, how you doing, Mitch?
Not too bad. Yourself?
Good. Who's your
And
question for?
This question is directed to Greg, the Marine Surveyor.
That's me.
I'm interested in an '89 Bertram,
Okay.
a 37-foot flybridge boat.
Right.
What do you think of them as a general?
What power?
It has two Yamars. Let me see if I can figure out the size of them.
Well, if it's a 37, they're 440s.
Okay.
Yeah, I know that right off the bat. They're not putting.
It's telling me it's a 6LY2 STE.
Yeah, it's a 440.
Yeah, 440 horsepower.
Yeah. I kind of know these things. It's you get used to it. So anyway,
Okay.
not to toot my own horn, but I kind of knew that before you said it.
I wouldn't know one if I tripped over it.
Right. Okay. So what do I think of the 37 Bertrams? You said 89.
Yes.
So that was still a real Bertram. Richard Bertram built phenomenal boats. I mean, just Class A boats. He competed with Hatteras and Viking and all the big boys. So I would say the structure of that boat is going to be pretty good. It's a solid boat. It's a heavy boat. It's got a severe deep V. So in a sea, you're going to get everywhere you want to go. While you're fishing,
fantastic.
while you're fishing, you're going to rock a little more, but that doesn't matter. I mean, you're in a good sea boat. Now, let's talk about the power. Those 440s, Yamar made a phenomenal engine. They're short stroke, right? So they rev up higher. So they're not going to be your 2,300 RPM engines. They're going to be your 3,800 RPM engines. So they're short stroke. Do I care about that? No, because a lot of diesel companies are going that way. They're going, Cummins is going that way. Cat's going that way. Now, the 440s did have an inherent problem. So they had valve problems. So the thing you have to ask the broker or the seller, Mitch, is did they do the valve kits on those 440s? If they have not, you have to do them. And they're pricey. It's gonna run around $15,000 or so.
And that would be per engine or for both?
That would be for both. Today's prices, though, Trump's not in yet, so today's prices are a little crazy. It might be a little bit more, but they have to be done. It's not if, it's when. All right, you don't want to drop a valve and destroy an engine. So that's the first question I would ask them: have the valves been done? If they say no, right off the bat, whatever the price of the boat is, take $20,000 off. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then you got to get a really good engine surveyor in there, somebody who knows these Yanmars. They're phenomenal engines. They're bulletproof. They're Toyotas. Yanmar is Toyota. So I like the 37 Bertram. I like the platform. I love the Yanmars. I like them a lot. The only caveat we got here is those valves. Okay.
Okay, and if they weren't done, $20,000 off the top, and we have, we're in that range.
Yeah, once you get them done, they're done. So you know, it's kind of worry free after that.
So they were built with a defect of a certain sort, and now with the valve kits, that will rectify it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right.
Now, do I have to go to a Yanmar dealer for this, or does all diesel guys work on Yanmar?
No, I would say get a real Yanmar diesel tech.
Okay. If I'm looking to transport this boat from Florida to New York by water, do I want to have this done beforehand? Absolutely.
You'll blow an engine.
Like have it while have it done while it's in Florida?
Yeah, because you transport that boat, it's normal.
It's a hell of a load.
Well, yeah, and it's usually 9 days. We used to take about 9 days to make the trip. So if you do it, I don't think it'll survive. I think you'll blow an engine.
Right, just much better take care of it beforehand.
Right, exactly.
And if they say it was done, I need to see documentation, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because everybody's full of it. We know this.
That's it, Mitch.
Especially when it comes to boats.
Right. Especially when it comes to boats.
Boats and money. Right.
That's right. All right.
Is there any other concerns I should have about this boat?
No, just get a really good surveyor, and you could call me privately, and we can discuss that. And
I was going to say it's kind of near Stewart. Maybe I could, reach out to you.
Oh yeah, I'm right here. Yeah, I could survey that boat. Sure, I've done a ton of them. Yep,
okay,
Bertram.
We'll have to talk. Maybe I'll be reaching out in the next week or two.
All right, sounds great, Mitch.
Well, thanks for taking my call. I appreciate it.
Hey, thank you.
Have a great day. Happy Thanksgiving.
You too, buddy.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, it's not a bad boat, that 37 Bertram. Older girl, but they stayed together. They were good boats. Do you do anything in the sport fish market?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
So
Viking, Valhalla, Bertram.
Oh, you're a smart girl.
Yeah.
Okay, we got another call. Hang on. Hi, welcome to Nauti Buoys Boat Show. Who am I speaking with, and who's your question for?
My name's Rick from New York. Second time caller, long time listener.
Oh, great. Thanks, Rick.
You're welcome. Actually, I got two questions rolled into one kind of thing.
Who's it for? Who's it for?
I guess for you, it's fine.
Me or is it mechanical or is it survey?
It's kind of mechanical, I guess you would say.
All right, we'll get Glenn involved. I just took a call, so we'll get Glenn involved.
All right. I don't use my boat a lot, but I'd like to know how often do I have to change my oil filters and my fuel filters rather, and my oil.
Well, how many hours a year are you using it?
I'd say maybe about 100 hours a year.
Well, 100 hours a year, that's an oil change and a fuel filter change. That's quite a bit, 100 hours. Most people don't do over 20 hours.
Well, you're in the Northeast, you said.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm on Long Island.
So he's using the boat.
Yeah, so that's every year. If you're using the boat 5 hours a year just to jump the puddle or something, go to the beach here and there, then you can start thinking about stretching it. But 100 hours, that's a service.
When some years, like when I had COVID and after COVID and stuff, I used the boat about 25 hours for the whole year. Does that still need to be changed and stuff?
As you still, 25 hours, but how many hours are you going to put on the next year? So if you're going to use it 75, 100 hours the next year, then you got to change it. If you're doing 25 hours every year, and it's not, your motors don't get a lot of condensation on it, like when you open up and you see water on them, you could skip an oil change. And fuel filters.
Change the oil. So just change the oil every year, then basically. And
yes.
Then change those fuel filters. Change the fuel filters maybe like once every other year.
Well, it depends. If you're doing 100 hours, no, because if you clog it up, you don't want to lean out at high speed and then, tool up a valve.
Change them too. Yeah.
Okay.
So
You
Rick,
can't go wrong.
let me ask you a question, Rick. So you haul the boat for the winters, right?
Yes, I have.
Yeah. So what I would do is I do your oil change before you put it to bed. That way, there's no condensation in there. And
It's too late now.
okay. Well, I would do the oil change.
I'll have to do it in the spring.
Okay. But in the future, I would do the oil change in the right before you put it to bed in the winter, and I do the fuel filters. And me personally, I would do it every year, regardless. You're worried more about condensation and contaminants and things like that. So just do it.
Okay, that's not a problem.
All right.
Thanks for calling. I'll listen to you guys again, and I'll call in again sometime.
All right. Thanks so much, Rick.
You betcha.
All right. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Yeah. To be on the safe side, I change oils and filters and
It's cheap.
keep on. It's cheap. It's cheaper than engine parts, right? So it's cheaper than valves, pistons, rings.
And on the
bearings.
diesel boats, I prefer to not do it in the fall, but to wait after the customer uses the boat a couple times in the spring, get all the contaminants off the tanks, and then you start with fresh filters.
That is so complicated.
Yeah. Here we go. We got a call. Hi, welcome to Nauti Buoys Boat Show. Who am I speaking with, and who's your question for?
This is Ariana. My question's for Sophia.
Oh, okay. There you go. Yep. She's ready.
Sophia, what was your favorite memory with Blue Top?
Oh my gosh, there's so many to choose from. I absolutely love spending time with my sister, so pretty much anything with her. She lives in Jacksonville now, but whenever she comes down, it's always a party. Not to say that we don't party, every weekend, but it's really special whenever she comes down, and we usually plan some special things like our Four Ocean Lake Boca cleanup. Definitely going to do another Four Ocean partnership, but pretty much anytime spending time with my sister, diving, Four Ocean, whatever, you name it.
Oh, wow. That's incredible. So your sister and you are close.
She is my human, yeah.
She is your human. You're twins.
Yeah, but she is still my human. Oh. Even if we weren't twins, we would be best friends.
Oh, that's really sweet.
Yeah.
Good kids. Okay, great. Any other questions for her?
No, that's it.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in, and please listen, subscribe, and like.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So, wow, you get along with your siblings.
Well, her. I get along with all my siblings, but I'm definitely closest to her because there's an age gap between the two oldest and us.
So how old is the oldest?
26, I think now.
Oh, wow. So, yeah, that's a big gap.
They're 2 years apart, and then we are the same age. So.
And your twin is your soulmate, I guess.
Yeah, she's my counterpart.
Okay, good. She looked like you?
Not really, honestly. She's a personal trainer, and a bodybuilder, so she's pretty muscular.
She's buff.
Yeah, and she's also very bright blonde.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, she has that beachy look to her.
Okay, good. And she lives up in Jacksonville, you said?
Yeah, she lives in Jacksonville with her boyfriend, and they both come down pretty frequently, but
that's
she's
awesome.
Definitely my person.
So next time we have you on, bring her.
Whenever she comes down, she actually wanted to. Last time we spoke, I spoke with my sister, and I told her, and she would absolutely love to come.
Okay, so you tell me next time she's coming down, and we'll just do a show.
Okay, I'll let you know.
We don't have to tape on certain days. We can do it whenever you want.
Perfect, then. That would work out.
Oh, love to meet the family. And parents, too.
I told my parents.
Have everybody come over.
I told them. I said, I'm bringing you guys next time.
We'll have a great time, We'll have a party here.
They're so awesome.
Okay, so and your sister's a Trump fan, too?
Oh, my whole family is.
Really?
Yeah, it's the boyfriends that are not.
The boyfriends?
Yeah.
Have you talked to your sister about...
I told her if she ever turns into a liberal, I'm never speaking with her again.
Okay.
She knows.
So we're safe there.
We're very safe there.
All right. And you have great expectations for this administration, I guess.
Oh, 100%.
Now, let me ask you a question. You're young. I keep emphasizing that because the show is basically about this entrepreneurial spirit that you have. And it's very shocking how, I don't want to say the word kids, but kids can either go either way, right? They can. Right. They can be like you and go, I'm going to take on the world. I want to take over the world. Or they could say, I'll take a year off college. I'll travel. I'll go to the beach. I'll surf. I'll this or that. That's not you. So that's why I keep emphasizing it. And it's good upbringing. That's what that is.
Good upbringing, and I have faith in the Lord to just go wherever he needs me to.
There you go.
And maybe some kids do too. Maybe he's calling them to travel. I don't know. But this is definitely my calling.
Good for you. I like it when you could see the plan. That's nice.
Yeah.
Right?
Sometimes I don't, or I don't know what's going on for a certain reason. But ultimately, I know that I don't have to worry.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's faith, right?
Yeah, 100%. I'm working on it every day, but
well,
between my parents and that,
yeah, it's a continuous thing.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
definitely.
not something you master. It's something you practice.
Yeah.
So I'm so glad to hear that. And as far as business goes, I got to tell you something. Just talking here. As soon as Trump won, I got like 3 calls the next day for service.
I actually have a couple boats under contract right now that have been sitting for so long.
Right.
So, yeah.
So people are pulling the trigger just because you won. Mm-hmm. So the outlook and the future looks bright for us. And I'm so happy. Glenn, how about you with your business and everything that's going on? Do you feel like this is a better time?
I'm certainly hoping. Can't get any worse.
Well, he doesn't get into office yet, but things are already looking up.
Yes.
Right.
Phones are ringing a little bit. People are optimistic.
Bingo.
Yeah. I think we need an inauguration party. That would be nice.
I think we should.
Yeah.
People need to go out and buy boats and use them and break them is what they need to do.
Well, Glenn needs them. So people need to buy boats so you can sell them. I can survey them.
And he can fix them.
And then he can fix them. We got a great little group here, don't we?
Perfect.
All right. I think we got a good network here. So Sophia's going to use us. So, all right. It's getting to that time. We got to get going. So I like to do this. I like to give a tip at the end of the shows. And I'm just going to give my tips. So I've been surveying for over 28 years. I've seen a lot of sellers use Facebook, right? So these guys go on Facebook and they try to buy a boat from a seller on Facebook, and it's always a mess. eBay, Craigslist, all that stuff. They're hard deals. They're always hard deals to get done. I survey, and it's just. So what I'm trying to get at is you need a negotiator and representation. And that's why my tip is use Sophia.
Thank you.
There you go. Glenn, tip?
Use R-gas whenever you get the chance.
What's R-gas?
Recreation, no alcohol.
So at the pump at the marina, you can get R-gas.
I don't know the marina. You can get them at several gas stations here.
Really?
I don't know what marinas yet have R-gas. I got diesel, so I haven't been really looking at the...
And what benefit is that for a gas engine?
No alcohol.
No alcohol. So it saves everything. Yeah. Okay. Great tip. And Sophia, you got to have an awesome tip, right?
Network with everyone. Talk to as many people as you can. Meet as many people as you can every day. Just start talking to random people.
Right. And come on shows like this.
Yeah.
See?
This happened through networking. So.
Right, exactly. So she's brilliant. That's good. Okay, again, I would love to thank Sophia. You're invited back anytime.
Thank you. I love being here.
If you just want to come over and hang out, you can do that too.
I'm totally okay with that.
Cool. Bring your friends, bring your parents, bring everybody.
Will do.
But we're family now. So this is good.
100%.
Okay, we're in. Good. And when we all share the same faith and we all share the same morals and the same kind of interest in boats and everything else. So why not, right?
100%.
And I can look at you as kind of like a daughter that I could take care of. Because I don't want anybody.
Well, thank you.
That'll be nice. Okay. I would like to thank Glenn as much as I can. I don't like them that much, but I'll thank them. Right. And Sophia again. But for marine survey information, please call 772-773-2600 or go to our website, pinnaclemarinegroup.com. We survey boats here in Southeast Florida, and we do travel, so definitely do that. I'd like to thank our producer, Micah Murley, and our production assistant, Samantha. So please hit that subscribe, follow, or like button, and please tune in next Thursday and every Thursday for the Nauti Buoys Boat Show. Every week we will have exciting guests, informative news. May you have fair winds, following seas, and tight lines. God bless you, everybody.